Hello everyone, today we have a new live video review. As you can see, this time we are going to check something really small, but it is quite interesting kit in my opinion, so that's why we are going to check what is hidden in this box. So as you can see, we have Brengun kit in 144 scale, which is quite unusual for tank kits, but this kit will help you copy the T-62 MBT Soviet tank in 144 scale. That might be a funny build project for those who would like to build something small without investing a lot of time in this, but still you can get a really nice model, I suppose. So that will be the main question, if you can get more or less convincing detailing out of this kit. So box is quite tiny. Here you can see comparison with my hand, it's covering it completely. And then on the rear side we have some safety devices, nothing special I would say, so we can open it and take a look inside. So inside it is quite tight packaging, as you can see. There are resin parts packed into the plastic bag. Then we also have the assembly manual and also another separate plastic bag with decal sheet and PE thread. We are going to check them one by one, but of course we are going to start with the resin parts, which are packed into the resealable plastic bag. And that's really cool because, I mean, you can reuse this bag obviously. So how many parts do we have here? Okay, let's start from the biggest ones and then we will move to the small ones. First of all, here we have the turret, and maybe if camera will focus on this, I'll show you what is here. Let's try to do it like this. And still camera does not want to focus. Okay, now you should be able to see it. So here we have the turret part, which is obviously molded as a one-piece element, because otherwise it would be a bit tricky to assemble all parts together. Thank you for the first like. And of course all hatches are molded in, so you won't be able to open them on this model, but still molding quality looks impressive. And the only thing you have to do is to cut off or to sand off this resin base, and otherwise you will be good to go. And as you can see, again, I'll repeat myself that casting quality is really good here, even though the size of this part is barely bigger than my fingertip. Next we have the main hull. Here it is. This one comes again as a one-piece element, and once more we will try to focus the camera. Yes, now it is focused. So we do not have any side skirts here. Why? Because they're molded together with tracks. You will see it in a moment. And of course we do not have the empty inside or inner section because there is no interior obviously. Thank you for the second like. And that's why manufacturer decided to mold it as a one-piece part, so you just install the turret on this element and you're good to go. Here you can see, by the way, the rear section, which is also relatively nicely detailed for this size of the kit. As you can see, it can fit on my palm without any extra problem. And I think even the finished model will be fitting on the palm without any extra issues. Here we have track parts. Track parts are molded together with road wheels obviously. Now camera is focused, you should be able to see it. So here you can see the road wheels, and also the side skirts are pre-molded. So basically what you will have to do is to attach this part here, and then you will be good to go, because otherwise it won't be a complete tank. So don't forget to do this. I think it should be opposite side maybe. But I mean, you get the idea that you will have to install those parts from both sides. And here we have another one. As you can see, also storage boxes are pre-molded, so you won't be able to open them unless you modify this resin. And here on the side, of course, some modelers will be a bit, let's say, not sad, but they will have some complications with this because we have the road wheels molded together with tracks, and that's why it might be a bit tricky to paint those elements. But otherwise it's really impressive to see such molding quality or casting quality out of the box in small scale resin kit. Next we have, just give me a second because I see that it's slightly slow video because I did not change the frame rate, that's why it's so smooth. Nevertheless, here we have another resin part, and it is really cool that we have the main barrel which is molded as one piece part. Yes, it is a resin part, so be careful with it, and maybe some others will be surprised why we do not have here the metal part. Well, because it will increase price of the kit, and also because the resin part should be easier to work with, so that's why manufacturer decided to use the one piece resin element. And still it is really cool that we have one piece part, so it should speed up the assembly process. Here we have the last resin base. Here manufacturer placed the machine gun and also few tanks which will be placed on the rear side. Again, casting quality looks good. I'll try to focus the cameras so that you will see what we have here, if camera will focus. Now it should be visible. So those parts are really small. Here you can see comparison with my fingertip. So this machine gun is quite thin and tiny. Be careful and make it sure not to break this part, because otherwise it will be tricky to repair it. And thank you for the third like, by the way. Next we have this thing, and I think it will be a bit funny to open it because I do not see a debonder here. I forgot to take it, so let's just tear it apart. Okay. As I said before, we have here the PE fret in 144 scale tank, so be ready for this quite funny thing. But first of all, I would like to show you the decal sheet because it is tiny here. Well, scale is not big either, so that's why we have full number registry here, and also various symbols for several marking options, so it should be easy to replicate what you would like to have on this tank. Next we have tiny PE fret, and frankly speaking I am not sure where these parts will be used, but they are included and they are really small, so be sure to have the sharp tweezers because otherwise it will be almost impossible to apply them, especially if you are used to do this stuff with fingers. I mean, just forget about it. Next we have assembly manual, and for this I would like to zoom out a bit so that you can see more. So as usual in Brengun kits we have here the vertical layout. So first of all we have parts map, no short history note, nothing. So if you would like to know more you have to find your own reference guide. Then assembly starts with few tanks, and as you can see these I think these are actually PE parts. They will be used in order to support these few tanks from the rear section. Then we continue by installation of these tracks from both sides, as I said. Here we have the frontal panel made out of PE. Here you install the main gun and also the machine gun on the turret. And next we have empty space inside. But here we have also the some of the P parts application on the turret. So this will be those handlebars which are on the turret. So be ready for this funny stuff. I'm already expecting, or I can guess that it's a quite tedious process, especially to align these small parts all together in one axe. So it will take some time for sure. And here you can see the marking guide. So even though this is a black and white picture, it is a marking guide. And here you can see that it's overall color Russian green. But of course I would recommend to find some reference photos so that you can replicate some weathering and dirt on your tank. So as I said, this kit should be already available on official manufacturer website here on brengun.cz, and in my opinion it might be a nice build for those who would like to assemble something small in relatively short time. Of course some moments will take some time, but I think the final result will be worth it. I will be happy to hear your opinion here in the comment section below, and of course if you like this video don't forget to press the like button. There is also a subscribe button somewhere here together with bell, so that you'll be notified about any new video reviews. I would like to thank you for joining and watching this video review today. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Bye.